You don't get to choose this life. It chooses you. One morning, Imperial soldiers knock on your village door. You're 8 years old. Your mother is crying. Your father stands there, silent, helpless. And just like that, you're taken. No warning, no appeal, no HR department to file a complaint with. Congratulations, you are now property of the state. This is the Devshirme system, the Ottoman Empire's official policy of taking Christian boys from their families, converting them to Islam, and training them to become the most elite soldiers in the known world. And today, lucky you're one of them. You are what they call a Chemi Oglan, a recruit in training. You're taken from the Balkans, from Greece, from Serbia, from Hungary. Healthy, smart, strong. Exactly the kind of kid the Empire wants. You arrive at a training school in Istanbul or Anatolia. The older boys look at you like you're fresh meat, because you are. Your name might get changed. Your religion definitely gets changed. Your entire identity is being overwritten like a hard drive wipe, and nobody is coming to pick you up. No Uber, no ride home. This is a one-way trip. But here's the thing. The Ottomans actually invest in you. You get food, you get shelter, you get education. Reading, writing, Turkish, Islamic law, physical training. In a world where most peasant kids can't read a single word, you're getting what amounts to a full scholarship, with mandatory military service attached. The training is brutal. You wake before sunrise. You run. You wrestle. You practice archery until your fingers bleed. You learn to use a sword before you learn to shave. There is no summer break. There is no sick day. There is definitely no participation trophy. But you are being shaped into something extraordinary. And deep down, even at age 10, you can feel it. By the time you're a teenager, the soft kid from the village is gone. What's left is something harder, faster, more dangerous. You've been assigned to a specific corps based on your performance. The best recruits go to the palace school, Enderun, where they train to become administrators, commanders, even grand viziers. The rest go into the Janissary infantry corps. Either way, you're entering a system that will define every single day of your life from this point forward. The Janissary Corps is organized like a corporation, a very violent corporation with no vacation policy. You belong to an orta, which is basically your unit, your team, your entire social world. You eat together, you train together, you fight together, you die together. Your commanding officer is your father now. The Corps is your family. The Sultan is your god on earth. And speaking of family, let's get this out of the way early. You cannot get married. Not yet. Not for a long time. No Tinder, no matches, no situationships. You are a weapon of the state, and weapons don't swipe right. By your mid-20s, you've survived the training. You've survived your first campaigns. You've seen things that would make a modern person pass out from stress alone. And now you are a full Janissary soldier, one of the most feared fighting men in the entire world. Take a second and look around you. Every European soldier you face on the battlefield is a feudal knight fighting for land, or a peasant who was handed a spear last Tuesday. They are chaotic, untrained, motivated by fear. You are none of those things. You are salaried. You are professional. You are the first soldier in this part of the world to carry a gunpowder weapon into battle as standard equipment. They built an army. The Ottomans built you, and you are not the same thing. You carry a matchlock musket. You wear a distinctive white felt hat called a burk. Yes, it looks ridiculous. Yes, it is also terrifying. Your unit has its own symbol, its own flag, its own soup cauldron. And that soup cauldron is not just for cooking, it is sacred. It is the symbol of your loyalty to the Sultan. If you overturn that cauldron, it means one thing: rebellion. It is the Ottoman equivalent of flipping the table in a board meeting, except the board meeting ends with someone losing their head. You have been to battle, maybe at Belgrade, maybe at Rhodes, maybe at Mohacs, where you helped destroy the Hungarian army in less than 2 hours. You have stood in the front lines while cannon fire shook the ground beneath your feet. You did not run. Running is not something you do. Your pay is decent, better than most soldiers anywhere in the world at this time. You receive regular salary and campaign bonuses. No crypto wallet, no passive income, no diversified portfolio. just hard metal coins that you earned by standing between the Sultan and everything that wanted to kill him. You live in barracks. The barracks are your home, your social club, your everything. You can now, after years of service, get permission to marry. Some Janissaries do, but the core always comes first. Your wife knows this. Your kids know this. Everyone knows this. The problem is, the longer you live inside this system, the more you realize something uncomfortable. You are powerful, but you are not free. Here's what nobody tells you on recruitment day. You are the most powerful soldier in the empire, which means the Sultan needs you and fears you at the same time. And once you figure that out, you start acting like it. Your core stops just following orders. You start making them. You depose sultans you don't like. You put new ones on the throne. Between 1600 and 1800, you and your brothers overthrow multiple sultans. Some of them don't survive the transition. You are not just a soldier anymore. You are a kingmaker, and you are very aware of it. But here's the part that should scare you. The core is rotting from the inside. What was once a strict meritocracy, where your talent determined everything, is now corrupt and hereditary. Your fellow Janissaries start registering their sons in the core's roles without those sons ever picking up a weapon. They open shops in the bazaar. They become merchants, city dwellers. The discipline that once made you the most feared army in the world is dissolving like salt in water, and you are watching it happen in real time. By the 1700s, your biggest battle is not on a battlefield anymore. It is in the coffee house. Every time the empire tries to modernize the military, new training, new tactics, new weapons, you and your brothers revolt. Not because you are evil, but because modernization means you become replaceable. And you have spent your entire life being irreplaceable. No updates, no new software. The empire is trying to reboot, and you are the virus blocking the installation. You are trapped between the pride of what you were and the reality of what you have become. And deep down, if you are honest with yourself, you already know how this ends. June 1826. Sultan Mahmud II has had enough. He announces the creation of a new, European-style military force. You and your brothers do what you always do. You overturn the soup cauldrons. Rebellion. Again. Because it always worked before. But this time the Sultan is ready. He has been preparing for this moment for years. Loyal troops surround your barracks in Istanbul. Artillery opens fire directly on the walls. The buildings are set ablaze. Your brothers who flee are cut down in the streets. Thousands killed. Thousands more exiled or imprisoned. In 1 week, 500 years of history is erased. The Sultan calls it the Vaka-i Hayriye, the auspicious incident, a glorious new beginning. You call it what it is, the end. The core that took you from your family at age 8, the core that replaced your name, your religion, your identity, the core that gave you brotherhood, purpose, and a soup cauldron to die for, gone in a single week. The soup cauldrons are melted down. No farewell ceremony, no monument, no final salute. And somewhere in the ashes of those barracks, in the smoke rising over Istanbul on a June morning, the last version of you disappears. You weren't born a Janissary. You were made into one. And in the end, the same empire that built you decided it was done with you. Congratulations. You served the empire faithfully for 500 years. They gave you a soup cauldron and took everything else.